Hey, we're live. Welcome, welcome to the Mum-Freedom-Preneurs Hangout. And today it looks like it's going to be me and CJ. We might have some other people hopping on. I'm not sure. There's a lot happening right now. Our topic, by the way, is how to rise into your abundance mindset and how to release blocks to it. And we're actually going to have a very powerful exercise for this as well. So, and welcome to, if you're watching in the replay mode, welcome, and time and space. It's all our intention is you're here with us in the present. So please feel free to contribute into the exercise itself as if it's happening live, because our intention is it is. And for those of you that are, shout out below where you are. I know I can see you all on the page. You're there. Some of you are so shy you don't say anything, but I see you're all there. And technology is amazing. And we'll be going through this. So I'm going to quickly introduce myself a little bit, and then CJ will introduce, and then we'll get into the topic. A bunch of people are in transit already right now to Vegas, and CJ and I are doing about the same thing. After I hop off of this, I'm going into packing mode. We're going to Vegas for a big event, and our next Mum-Freedom-Preneurs Hangout, by the way, is going to be done in Vegas. Probably me and CJ sitting together in front of the computer and a bunch of other people. So yeah, it'll be kind of fun, kind of wild. So anyways, I am Valerie Jampolsky. I am the Abundance Mom Freedompreneur from Abundance Now, and I am a single mom. I got twin 5-year-old boys, and I used to be an entertainment attorney, actually. Oh, Joe, hey, just doing introductions. So I used to be an entertainment attorney, and I had this very powerful revelation while I was sitting there in my office surrounded by all my stuff. And it was that I really wanted to be home with my little guys. I wanted to be home with them so that I wasn't going to miss out any precious moments, any precious anything, and be able to also realize, remember who I really was, and there was so much more value that I had to give to the world. And a lot of that is like what we do in these hangouts and a lot of other things, where we really help people to live a life of freedom. So I can take off and go and travel, because after that, in a couple of weeks, I'm headed to Bali. I'm going to go meet a bunch of our wild and wacky tribe over there, and with the kids as well, and just be able to do things like that, and to go and travel and go to the beach park, Disneyland, do whatever the heck it is I want to do when I want, and be able to run my business on my time so I can spend time with my kids. Mwah. So that's me, and I'm going to pass it on over to CJ.
Hey, thanks, Valerie. Yes, I will be leaving. My flight takes off some point around 12 Eastern time on Wednesday, so I'll be getting to Vegas around 4 o'clock Wednesday. Super, super pumped to be seeing all you ladies and hanging out. Cannot wait for the Women of Bliss on Thursday. So, everybody's outside, sweetie. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 very energetic boys. They are 8, 6, and 3 years old. And my choice to be my stay-home mom and have my own business was actually decided for me June of last year, 2014. I was on vacation with my family, and I had received phone calls from coworkers because at that time I was working for a corporate America job. I had been with them for 14 years. And my phone started going off like crazy. My job, while I was on vacation, had a massive layoff. They laid off 900 people in one day in one mass meeting. So I had not even known if I had a job or not until I had gotten home from my family vacation, because they did not know if I was one of the 900. So needless to say, when I got home, my vacation was ruined because all I could think about was whether or not I had a job. And I got home, and that's when I started looking into other options, because I knew that job security really was not the way to be anymore. It's more or less to be there for your children and your family. So I found the online business that I'm involved with, and I've been there with my family ever since day one, and I've been with my children 24 hours a day, and I'm around these amazing, wonderful, supportive women. And it's just, for me, it's better than having a corporate job any day of the week. I would rather be with you ladies 24/7 than working 12 to 16 hours a day for someone who doesn't care. So I love you, and I love everyone in this community. You guys are awesome, and that's basically my life story. Is I stay as calm as I can with 3 boys and be the best mom that I can, and that's the only thing for me, that's the best job as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Yeah, and I love it. They'll be popping in and out. We almost thought you were going to have your hair done in the middle of the hangout. So
I'm waiting for my lady to get here because unfortunately this was the only time that I could go from the crazy mom hair to the wild Vegas hair during our hangout, and I wasn't expected to be on today, but I couldn't miss this topic. This topic is awesome. So I'll be popping out to let her in, and then you'll be seeing me get all chopped up and caked up. And
love it, love it, love it.
Before your eyes.
Exactly. It's so cool. All right, then we're going to pass it on over. We got Joan. Hey, Joan.
Hey everybody, I am Joan, and I am always so grateful to be on these hangouts with all you moms out there, because like everybody else on this panel, I just wanted to stay home with the kids and be able to support them and be able to support the family and being able to be there 100% for your kids when you need them. For me, I pretty much I wanted to stay home with the kids, and I wanted all the extras in life. I wanted to travel, I wanted to provide for them, and I also wanted to help out my husband with the financials. And so, and at first it was like I told my husband what I wanted, and he was like, "Gosh, that's impossible to have." And when I share that with my friends, they're like, "Oh, that's impossible to do because you can't have everything that you want." And so I started searching, online, and I found this really cool system, and that I connected with these really cool moms that were doing exactly what I envisioned myself, was doing exactly what I wanted. They were working from home, staying with their kids, traveling, and having all the extras. And so I'm just very grateful and very blessed to, meet with you guys, and very grateful that it's been that I'm able to do this. So yeah, that's my story, and like CJ said, I think this topic is awesome because I think as moms we wear all these hats, and we get distracted and all kinds of stuff. So I'm really excited about the topic this weekend, how we can help each other and how we can help other moms out there. So very cool.
Well, thank you, Joan. And Agnes, you just named me. Hey, so Agnes, come on, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Agnes, and I live here in Hollywood, Florida, the last 15 years, but originally I'm from Hungary. And I have some difficulties with the internet, so I am on my phone because not the computer, not the iPad, nothing is working. I'm sick, so I am home. That's why I'm able to be on the Hangout. I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, ladies.
I hate to say it, but I'm happy you're sick.
Yeah, it's like maybe emotionally because I'm getting ready for the trip and everything.
I know, we're going to see you in Vegas soon. I know.
Yes, and this is the first time I'm away from my baby. So, so maybe that's why I have, all the symptoms, the headaches, sore throat and everything. But yeah, I will be good when I am there.
Well, we're going to be working on abundance and doing an abundance exercise here, so maybe that'll all release up.
Okay.
Maybe that'll all release up because we're going to do something pretty powerful here. So actually, going from that there, I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to start a little bit into this, into sort of the concept of the exercise and of the topic, and would love each of you to put in your thoughts on it, and then in the end I'll take us actually through a very powerful exercise that on one end is going to actually pull up our abundance and release blocks as well that we may have, unconscious, subconscious blocks that we may not even know you got to abundance that I recently came across. By the way, is Michael Bernard Beckwith from The Secret is where this is coming from. So as you guys all know, I love him. I'm always getting all these new wonderful exercises and stuff from him, so I want to share with everybody. I love it, Joe. You're sending me little notes. Yes, awesome, Val. So quickly, I just want to see if we have any comments in the chat. Anybody saying hi? Can one of you ladies, because it's harder for me to go look at our chat and see if there's anybody that's said hi or commented or anything other than, or they're just kind of like.
Yeah, I'll go on there and check.
Oh, thank you, Joan. Can you see anybody commenting yet, or?
Hold on one second.
Are they still shy, hanging back? Anything there? Just scroll down.
Sorry, my computer just got super slow. Okay, hold on.
Any comments there, or do you want me to pull it up?
All I see is just
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool.
busy today.
Yeah, that's okay. That's cool.
Blessing, story, and health.
So, so I'm gonna, come up with just some initial concepts and stuff, and then I'd love for you guys to chime in and any of your thoughts of some of the things that you've done to pull yourself up into. If you felt yourself slide, pull yourself up into a place of abundance. Oops, gonna pull up my notes here, and I'm gonna get a little kind of scientific and esoterical at the same time here with you guys. Oops, and make sure I'm on the. Where did I go here? Bring myself back over here. Pull up my notes on the same page. There we go. Now my notes are in front of the screen. I've got it all in front of me. Okay. Yeah. So this one time, this was actually, if you're ever looking for this, it's a Agape Live, and it's June 24th, Wednesday, June 24th. There's a live stream where he really gets into detail on all this. But it's that that energy can't be created or destroyed. It just continues to transmute from lower and lower vibrations to a higher vibration. And this is a very powerful thought. I don't know how many of you know this or realize this, or whether you believe it or not, that we are an actual replica of the entire cosmos. We really are. We're actually a replica of the entire cosmos. And the cosmos, there's like an essence, a presence, an essence of the cosmos, and that essence is actually abundance. It's love, it's beauty, it's wisdom, it's all of that. And when you're focused, when you're in that, when you're allowing yourself to be in that energy, right? And the thing is that he said, I'm going to read this. It's just the elegance of your life, not wasting one iota of energy, allows the presence of the universe, of this essence, of all beauty, of all love, of all joy to emerge as you, as wisdom, as right action. So when you stay in the awareness of this abundance that we already have, I mean, it's kind of a weird concept, but it's already ours. In this space of this awareness, of this essence, of everything, right? Then what happens is all beauty, all love, all joy, all abundance emerge as wisdom, as right action, and as guidance, and as abundance streaming to you in ways beyond your wildest imagining. I'm going to kind of repeat this back. It's like when you are consciously staying in that presence, right? Separating from your current circumstances, no matter what's going on around you, what's going on in your physical body right now. If you got a cold, you got something going on, whatever's going on, it might be going up, or even presenting in our kids, whatever. That when you can stay in the presence, that you are literally, the way the universe works is that it allows all of this wisdom, right action, guidance, and abundance to come streaming to you in ways that are beyond your wildest imagining. So the next question is how the heck what are some of the ways, there's a lot of different ways, what are some of the ways that we can bring ourselves into that place, that vibration? We are basically allowing ourselves to be in that energy so it can actually activate thoughts, wisdom, and just abundance itself, to flow to us for us to take action on. So I kind of want to throw it out to all of you guys to see what your thoughts are, or your thoughts on any of what I just said, or any of your thoughts or experience of some of the things that you've done. And then I've got there's a lot of ways to do it, but I have a really cool exercise that I'd love to share with afterwards to take us all through it. Who wants to pop out first on this one?
I'll go first.
Okay, cool. Up to you, CJ. Yeah.
With me, I just find that if you start your day off on a positive note, if you start your day off on a self-cleansing, before you even get out of bed, right after you wake up, whether it's via an alarm clock or children jumping on you or throwing a sippy cup at your face demanding milk, whichever it may be, just think to yourself, 5 things that you're grateful for, 5 things that make you happy. Also, you can try reading a book, a very uplifting, very motivational book. And you don't have to read a lot. Just read a few pages before you get out of the bed. Just anything to help get you within that positive mind, within the correct mindset, instead of putting your feet on the floor and thinking about all of the things that are awaiting you once you wake out of bed in the morning. Because if you don't put yourself within the happiness, within the abundance, you'll be surprised at how quickly the other things will take over. But when you start your day off with the right abundance and with the right mindset, your day will continue forward, and whatever comes within that time frame that you do not want there will be easier to pass off, and it will be easier to cancel the thought out of your mind when you have the abundance of happiness and joy and grateful and gratitude. And just the little simple exercises like that is how I start my day. And with 3 boys, it's not always very pleasant. Mine started this morning at 3:30 in the morning with my youngest wetting his bed.
Aw.
And he refused to go back because Mommy didn't change it. I threw a pee pad on top and I said I'll change it in the morning, but that wasn't good enough. So, yeah, I had to sleep with 3 people in my bed last night. But it's just, you just laugh it off, and you be happy, you be abundance. I mean, many people don't have the relaxation, the ability to have that we can just enjoy our children, and in the middle of the night when there's wee accidents, we can just laugh about it and change the bed and wash it in the morning. So that's really the most important thing for me, is just making sure you start your day with gratitude and happiness and something motivational, inspirational, some sort of reading. And like I said, don't go crazy. Don't sit there and feel that you have to read an entire chapter or read for 15, 20 minutes solid. Just a few pages, or go and pull up some inspirational quotes on your phone really quick, because I know we all sleep with our phones next to us. So even before you're all in bed, just go and Google some motivational quotes, or watch a quick 4-minute YouTube video about gratitude or motivation before you get out of bed, and you'll be surprised at how much your life will be filled with abundance for that day.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, CJ. Those are really, really, really good tips. Yeah, just have that reminder to do that. It's just, oh my goodness, the pee in the middle of the night. Yes. Mamas, it just happens. Who wants to pop up next? Agnes, Joan?
I'll pop out.
Yeah.
Like CJ said, usually, I've got 3 boys also, so my mornings usually start out with, someone crying, and that's my 1.5-year-old. He's just, wailing, and this happens. I didn't notice that I did this a lot in the past. Was I'd roll out of bed and just just instinctively I'd be like, oh, it's time to wake up again. He's crying again. I have to go get him again. And it just did not start out good. And then it was harder to pick yourself back up from that. It was harder to rebound from that being a place of, oh, again, like getting out of bed again and getting him again and him crying again. So it was harder. It started off horribly, and then it's harder to pick yourself back up from that low point, and then those low negative thoughts and words. So once I learned how to be grateful for the crying, being grateful to be able to wake up and function and picking them up, be grateful for those little things. Like CJ said, that just helps out so much. And also for me changing from me going to saying like, oh, I have to go get him again. I'm saying, I usually say something great, say something I'm grateful for, or say a positive affirmation and say, I am a strong mother. I am going to be awesome today. I am going to be there 100% for my kids. Saying things like that just definitely just quickly turn things around. And like CJ said, that just uplifts you for the whole day. And it makes your day just easier, because then you don't start from a low point and then having to work yourself all the way back up. So yeah, I definitely want to piggyback on what CJ said about just starting your day off on the right foot. But if not, then you know, you can always pick yourself back up. It's never, you can always flip a switch and turn your day around. So
that is so cool. You're kind of leading into a little bit of a teaser of what I'm gonna a part of the exercise of what I'm gonna be doing. So it's like a little bit of a teaser in that. I'm gonna go over to Agnes. You're up now.
Okay. So the first thing, you know, the most of time I try to do before my baby wakes up, just even if I don't have more time, just be grateful to be alive, feeling well, and try to be happy. And what is my biggest help for, I had a really difficult year last year, like most of people know here, you know, I lost my mom, and literally it's saved my ass, and I try to be always positive because of her, for her. So I love to work out, and a very early morning when I wake up, I go to work out, and the people I'm connected there, you know, they are just amazing. They literally helped me through all the last year, and even when I had my most difficult time, morning, I was very desperate and very sad. I went there because I know this type of people, they give me support, and they give me such a great advice, you know, and not focus on the negative things, just be absolutely positive. And what I really learned, you know, then I had to live in the moment, because I am that type of person, unfortunately. I'm learning. I'm so much better than last year. Then if I don't live in the moment, I'm trying to focus what I have to accomplish in an hour or 2 hours or 1 month, and I am not there yet, and why I am not there yet. So, or what mistake that I have done, you know, and this is just a perfect example to go down here emotionally, and my mood changes. So when I feel that switch, then I absolutely turn on a good music, my favorite music, but it gives me positive energy, changes my mood. And when my son is around, that's an absolutely different story, because then I'm consciously living in the moment. We're singing a lot, we're dancing a lot, and he's just love of my life. So I have to be a mommy around him, and not let myself go through on this down here with the negative thoughts. And when I feel, you know, some uncomfortable or bad things happening in my head, I'm reaching out. Here, a lot of ladies, I love you all, they're helping me through a lot of stuff. Even the end, it's always a laugh. You know, we have always such a good time. So I guess I am in a good path, and I'm teaching my son too. Like, for example, when we driving of the day, I try to teach him to tell me, you know, at least 5 things he's grateful. Like just a small thing. He had fun with his friend. He got a new ball, or we just going to the park, or on the swimming lesson he was great, you know. And it's very progressive. And I have to get back to it, because I literally did every night for years. I wrote down 10 things that I was grateful for this day. Even on my worst days, sometimes, you know, I was able to write down only then, it didn't rain today, or it was not so hot, because I live here in Florida, so it's 100 degrees at the summertime. and it helped me a lot. So, and especially to be with this system is just amazing. I'm learning every day, and of course, the positive audios help me a lot. So that's all what I could share.
That's wonderful. That's great. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I love it how you allow yourself to just get in the present with your son, and you sing and you dance and just pull up your vibration, right? You know, which that alone, you know, could really just pulls in the abundance. It's all how you feel. It's all how you feel. So, oh goodness, let me open up the chat here. I see everybody, you guys are chatting to each other. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm just going to take a quick look here and see if we have anybody that's commented on our chat yet. I'm just going to really refresh the page. I figured out how to do it. Everybody was talking there, and I'm scrolling down. Nothing yet, but that's okay. If you're on the replay, we'd love to hear your thoughts and everything. And I'm going to take us kind of through an exercise, if you're all ready for that. Take you through through this abundance exercise, and hang on one second, I pull up my notes here. And Joan, you'd kind of started it because you said that, you know, you'll say something to yourself, well, you'll counteract a thought that's starting to take you down an emotional rabbit hole, right, or going down a negative space. And what this exercise is it's really about stating your state, and that, because we really do have the power to do that. We actually do have the power to do that. And what I want, you know, and here's the things I want you. Well, we'll start with this. First, think about an area of your life that you might like be worrying about, right? Like a particular area of your life that you might just, and you're watching this, go through the exercise with us. Take an area of your life that you might be worrying about, that you find yourself incessantly having doubts about, okay? And you know that's where the mind is like, it's kind of like a groove, where this groove has been cut, which is like a shallow grave burying our dreams. I mean, this is like Michael Bernard Becker talks about. It's like it's kind of an intense thing. That's really what happens with it. And the cool part is to become aware of it, to become aware of, for each of us, it's a kind of an area where you find yourself worrying about the future. You may be casting worst case scenarios into the future, right? And the first step is to actually just, kind of what Joe was saying, just tell the mind to stop it. And just say, I'm just not going to be bothered with it anymore. Become aware of it and get excited. Get aware. The moment you become aware that you've gone into a negative space, you've heard me talk about this, the moment you become aware of it, right, you can get excited. Because if you're aware of it, you've separated from it. You're in your true self. You're in your true authentic self, the essence, the presence, whatever you want to call it, and you're not buying into the thoughts, which really aren't us anyways, right? Negative thoughts, they're like radio waves. It's kind of like our mom, you know, we say to our kids, don't pick that up, you don't know where it's been. Don't pick up that thought, you don't know where it's been. We think it's ours, but it's not. We've just incorporated it into our lives. So you open yourself up, and that presence, opening yourself up into that space, into like just taking a deep breath. Everybody, just right now with everybody, take a deep breath. You tell the thought to stop, and then you allow yourself to really sort of look into best case scenarios. Instead of worst case scenarios and worrying, allow yourself, say, I'm willing to look at best case scenarios, right? What can be a best case scenario? And then take it another step further. Take a deep breath and go. And now allow yourself to open up to more good than you can even imagine. Past your best case scenarios, right? And then something emotional might start to lift or start to feel in there. And that's when you allow yourself to really just that moment, that little thought that might have come up when you opened up into like best case scenarios that are, you know, the more good than you can possibly imagine. There's a little, like for me, I feel like this little spark that comes up. And that's the presence. That's the presence of love. It's the presence of beauty. It's actually the presence. It's abundance. It's intelligence. It's harmony. It's that's who we really are. And it's basically inexhaustible, unmanifested good. And it's there, and it's ours. And what we do is you can actually then, in that space, and you can do this, maybe, you know, like if you're in the middle with the kids running around, you know, like I love what you said, you just sort of like stop and just reframe it, right? But you can ask yourself to be available to inspiration. ask yourself to be available to inspiration. You can do this when you're in the bath. You can do this with the kids running around. It doesn't matter where you are. You can literally stop, take a deep breath, allow yourself to go think about best case scenario, open up to all possibilities, and really ask yourself to be available to inspiration, right? And then let it go. And it's kind of like, have you ever thought, like, have you ever had the situation where you had like the name of somebody and you can't remember what their name is? Have you guys ever had that where all of a sudden like there's somebody's name and it makes absolutely no sense, right? Yeah, but then the moment you kind of let it go, like a friend's gonna let it go, then the name just pops up, right? Well, this is the same thing. So you state, right, that you're opening yourself up to inspiration, and then you let it go. And then you kind of see what comes in. And that's when action and all this stuff just comes flowing in, where you might have been closed down to even inspired right action. It might be something that's right in front of you, right in front of your nose. Maybe somebody might be watching us here, and you have an inspiration, you want to connect with us. I mean, just whatever it is. But it doesn't matter what the inspiration is, but that you open yourself up to it. And you allow all of this wisdom and everything to just operate through you. So you state it, and then let it go, and then open yourself up to allowing it to come in. So what we're going to do here is there's a way to amplify this. And hang on one second here. I'm just scrolling through my notes here. Where is it? Hang on one second here. Okay. Hang on one sec. I'm going to go into my notes here. Alrighty, okay. So basically, you state for yourself. You say, I am joy. I am love. I am peace. And I want you guys, if you can do this with me right now, I'm going to state one and just say it out loud. It might seem bizarre, it might seem weird, but and whatever it is for you, because you'll know what it is. Like for you, Joan, you came up with something that was really powerful for you in the moment. Whatever it is, we're just going to do these for right now. Just say, I am pure love itself. Just literally say it out loud right now with me. Oh, it's okay. You can unmute. Everybody unmute. It's okay. I don't care if there's lots of noise in the background. It's all good. So it's like, I am pure love.
I am inspiration.
I am inspiration, right? I am joy.
I am love.
I am joy.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am pure abundance in the midst of this.
I am pure abundance in the midst of it.
I am resourcefulness itself in the midst of this.
I am resourceful in itself in the midst of this.
I am pure love in the midst of this.
I am pure love in the midst of this.
I am pure health in the midst of this.
I am pure health in the midst of this.
Okay, so it's like regardless of what's going on around you, you kind of make a state it. Now, I'm going to take you to a sort of a next step in this. All right, like you say, like I am health. Like for you, example, for you, Agnes, it's like I am health. I am vitality. I am vigor.
I am vigor.
I am pure energy.
I am pure energy.
I am vitalizing youthfulness.
I am highlighting youthfulness.
Yeah, just speak it. Speak the opposite of what it is. You just speak it. Now here's and basically what you're doing. Say, I am proclaiming my freedom from current circumstances. I am proclaiming my freedom. So now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about someone that you really, really care about, that you just really, really, really care about, and you really want wonderful things to happen for them. Okay, no matter who that is. I know I'm probably going to come up with their kids, but just somebody, think about somebing somebody that you really care about, and you can multitask. It can be more than one person. It can be more than one person. It's funny. Michael Bernard Beck was talking about this. This is women all of a sudden it's like I can just one. Just one. No, it's okay. You can multitask. We can spread it out to a whole bunch. You got 3 kids. You can spread it out to as you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be one. For those of you that want to be one, you can make it one. All right. So. And this is what I want, to put this out there. I'm just going to pull up my notes here. All right. So, and I want you to think of this, and I want you to say this. I want them to be happy. Just say it. Say, I want them to be happy.
I want them to be happy.
I want them to be prosperous.
I want them to be prosperous.
I want them to be so joy-filled. Oops, you guys got muted out. Somebody got muted. Can't hear anybody. Yeah. I want them to be healthy.
I want them to be healthy.
And just say, you know, they are so wonderful.
They are so wonderful.
They are so magnificent.
They are so magnificent.
And all of their needs are being met.
All of their needs are being met.
Everything is always working together for their good.
Everything is always working together for their good.
Now, I don't know if you notice, for me when I do that, I don't know if you notice, Joe, but when I send out that energy into someone else, that somehow that really raises up my vibration. I don't know, how do you feel even just doing that little piece right there?
Oh yeah, totally. I think you're right with you feel that vibration changing and shifting, because when you speak it out and thinking about them at the same time, it's just that love you have for a mother, for them, or whoever you're thinking about. Gosh, it just escalates and escalates and escalates, and you feel that you are giving so much more to them than you can ever imagine. So that was really cool.
Yeah, but and that's the thing for me. It's like it's this huge up. So you start it with yourself and then move it to others. And sometimes that's what it needs. Is you got to move it to others. But now we're gonna go into the advanced class, and this is where something very, very powerful might start to happen for you, for everybody here, if you really allow yourself to go into this. Okay. So, you know, because you're thinking of them, and you put all that positive stuff and everything. Now, I want you to think about someone that you may think that you don't like, or that you think doesn't like you. Okay? All right? Just think of that individual right now. Someone that you don't like or you think doesn't like you. Now I want you to repeat after me. I want them to be happy.
I want them to be happy.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but you might feel a little bit of a lower octave energy on this one. Doesn't come out quite the same.
Yes.
This is where we're going to challenge. We're going to challenge you. It's like, this is to dig in deep here. And it's because when you were talking about your kids, I want them to be happy. I want them to have all of their needs met. I want them to be prosperous and healthy, right? We're going to go into the same energy. I mean, really, dig in here. Dig in here to that person. Okay, and this doesn't mean that what they've ever done or not done or whatever to you is ever right, but was it to somebody, I think they did the whole thing with compassion. Deepak Chopra was talking about this, saying when you can release energies, that you have negative energies towards other people, it helps you. It really helps you to release it. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to go through this, think of that person, whoever it is, and with as deep as you can in your heart, because the thing is wherever you're holding this, if there's any individuals that you have a difficulty saying this, these are unconscious blocks that are literally blocking your abundance on an unconscious level, literally blocking it from coming to you to the extent that it possibly, it's there, it's already yours, but this kind of stuff, literally like a wall, stops it from manifesting what's already yours. So we're going to go through this again. So think of that person and go, I want them to be so happy.
I want them to be so happy.
I want them to live a magnificent life.
I want them to live a magnificent life.
I state that they have prosperity.
I state that they have prosperity.
I proclaim that they have wealth and well-being.
I proclaim that they have wealth and well-being.
I want them to live a magnificent life.
I want them to live a magnificent life.
I want them to be so happy.
I want them to be so happy.
So happy.
So happy.
So loving.
So loving.
I want them to experience all of this right now.
I want them to experience this right now.
I'm giving it all away.
I'm giving it all away.
Woo! So now, I just want to see, I'm just curious if anybody in the chat isn't going to speak up about it. Well, first of all, what was that like for you guys to do that? To do that with somebody that, you know, you had kind of a negative space about. Joan?
To me, that was at first it was hard, like you said, it was a little difficult to get there. But as you start saying it, as you start speaking it, it started to, you feel it, you feel that block releasing, you feel that whatever feelings you had towards them, whether it was hate or resentment or just a negative feeling towards you, kind of just feel it like, here, let it go. And I forget what the last one is, but that last one really got to me, and it was just,
I'm giving it away.
I'm giving it all. I'm giving it away. Like, it's like, I want to give it to you, and I don't want anything in return. Yeah. So it's like, just go. And that was really cool. I really felt that one release, and now there's just, you feel that abundance and you feel that peace. I think it's more of peace that I feel after I said all of that. So that was cool.
What about you, Agnes? I know, CJ, you've probably in the middle of getting your hair washed and all that crazy stuff in the background, so we got your beautiful picture there. Agnes, what was that like for you to go through that?
It was challenging, I have to tell you the truth, at the beginning, because especially when you pointed out, then we see it at absolutely different energy level than we were wishing something good for our loved ones, like for our children. So it's, it was a aha moment, and I changed my mind, and I really felt it, and I meant it. But we had to repeat it, and yes, I have to let it go, because the negative feelings, it's on me. It's painful for me, not for them, and for that person. So yeah, I have to let them be free and happy and everything, and it's going to be amazing for me.
Cool, I love it. I mean, I'm just going to quickly look at the chat to see if we've got any comments in the chat from anybody on this. CJ saying grab a pen and paper. and the same thing. If you're watching this in the replay, definitely let us know your thoughts and feelings, because we'll be going in and checking in on that. So there's another piece to this, guys. There's another piece to this. There's another piece of this, and it's ongoing from here. And this is
awesome, Val.
I love it. Oh, we got to see.
I'm here.
Gotta get you on there. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! CJ getting her haircut. I love it.
That's really hot, CJ.
Do what you gotta do when you're a mompreneur.
Right. I love it. So were you able to do any of that exercise while you're getting in there? Were you able to do any of that with us while you were getting all set up there in the background?
I was. It was amazing, super powerful, Val. As usual, you know how to do it, girl. I love you. You're phenomenal. You have so much knowledge, and you express it with so much love and compassion. You're so talented. I love it.
Well, sweet, thank you. Honestly, I'm taking what I learned from Michael Bernard Beckwith, learn, do, teach. That's exactly what I'm doing here, which is what we teach everybody to do. So here, the next step with what he recommended in this exercise is to actually write those people's those persons' names on a piece of paper. So write down, who you're sending the love to, right? Initially that was easy for you, and then the person that was difficult. And if you really want to challenge yourself, write out a few. And the names might start popping up. When I did this, I was like, oh my goodness, I got this list here of these people that I've been holding this stuff in, right? And for the next 7 days, go through this exercise, especially with the ones that that you have an issue with, and do this to the point where the goal is, that when you hear that person's name, you think of that person's name, it'll pull up that positive, releasing emotion, Joan, like that you had at the end of this. You said, let it go. That you'll actually feel good, because it'll anchor that good feeling whenever you think of that person's name, as opposed to where you went when I first started this exercise. So to redo this, to keep doing this, have it on a piece of paper just to remind yourself, and to do it every day, to go in and do that every day for the next 7 days. And maybe you'll do it longer, it might take longer, shorter for some people, with certain people, but to work this, and to do this, and to just release and start to see what comes flowing in. Start to see what comes flowing in, because it's absolutely amazing. I mean, for me, I've seen some crazy things happen from doing this, and realizing how much I was holding on to when I allowed myself to even just get past that one person, going, oh my goodness, I was holding on to different pieces with all little bits with all these different people, and it literally acts as a wall. It acts as a wall to the abundance that is already ours. So allowing us to raise our vibration and get into that. So that's it. That's what I got. That's what I got for us today. And what are your thoughts on that? Knowing that you got to get carried on with it. I see Agnes is holding onto her face, going, "Oh my goodness." Thoughts, CJ, on this? Well, maybe Joan.
Frozen, are we there?
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
No, it's just the release of it is so powerful, and just to know that you can release it and to not hold it in, just to be free, is the most powerful point about all of this.
Yeah.
It's just that everyday life that we truly forget about and we get wrapped up in, and people just don't know how to let it go and just to release it.
Yeah.
It's super powerful, and what you just gave was golden. Super golden. Love it.
Thank you. Anything else?
I see you. Super excited.
You're so funny. I can't wait to see when it's all done. We'll see you in Vegas. It's so funny. What was it? So what about you, Joe? Oh, we lost Agnes. Joan, thoughts?
Yeah, I want to go back to the very beginning of it when, because this is where I get caught up. The very first step was you start to think about worst case scenarios, and downward spiral from there. And that is, that's one part that I've been struggling with. But I've been able to catch myself quicker than as I would let it downward spiral, just a few months ago. And so being able to catch it and turn it around, and I love the start thinking about the best case scenarios, because for some reason worst case scenarios always just get into your head, but start thinking about the best case scenarios and continue to think about the best case scenarios and what's better than the best case scenario, and then what's better than the best case scenario. So I really like that part of it, because then you take it deeper into sending the love to others, and it's not just about yourself anymore. It's not just about what you think. It's about to the people that you love and who are the closest to you that you truly care about, and then you take it a step further, which is way more challenging than the first step. But I love how there's deeper steps that you can go into, and you can always go back and do this, and maybe even the best of the best still do this, every day, and it's always it's an exercise that you just keep working on and keep at it. And so I love it. It's for me, like I said, I was there's something I was always worried about, and there's always like this worst case scenario that was always just in my brain and that I would always focus on, and you just know that it's not coming from a good place, and you know that is not your true self. Because your true self is abundance and prosperity and wealth and happiness, and you just don't have. Nobody has time to worry about worst case scenarios these days. You don't have time to worry about that stuff. So I really love how you hone in on the abundance and how much of that you can share with everybody. You can share that with everybody and anybody. Just right here, and know that God, the universe, is working at that for you.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. And we don't need to even know how. We don't even need to know the how. When we open up to, better than I could possibly imagine. You don't need to know the how. Let it go. Once you release it, say yes. It's better than I can possibly imagine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go,
yeah.
And then be open to the inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then ideas will come.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in the right. We'll naturally be placed in the right place at the right time for whatever we need, right? and ideas will come to take action, whether it's in your business, whether it's with your kids. It could be the simplest of things, of turning your face and smile in a certain direction. I mean, it can go in so many different ways of whatever comes up, and all of this that leads, that is part of the process of the abundance, which is so cool. So
yes, and also I liked what you said about, because that's I used to be one of those too. Was like, okay, I'll think about the best case scenario, and then I'll think about, well, how is it going to happen? And then I start worrying about how it's going to happen. And to just think about it, send that to the Creator, to God, the universe, the source, and trust that it will happen, and let it go. So
let it go.
Really cool.
But let it go, but be open and available.
Open and available, yes.
Consciously open and available to inspiration.
I love it.
It's not like a big piece to it, because you let it go and then say, okay, I'm open to inspiration, so that you're making the intention that you're going to have ideas to take action on, to guide your steps, right? So your own inner wisdom, so everything works through as you. The universe is working through as you. Abundance comes through as you. All of this comes through as you, so that you're open and available, so that you'll actually hear. Some people call it instinct, they call it gut, they call it work, doing things from the heart, whatever you want to call it, to be consciously open to it without needing to know exactly how, so that in the moment when you get that inspiration to do something, you're consciously aware of that space to be able to do that. Did that just make sense?
Yeah, totally.
It moves it into action without strategizing. It moves it into action without. But some of it could be you get an idea to make a list. That could be part of it, honestly. If all of a sudden you get an idea to sit down and write out a list, that's inspiration. Maybe that's what you need to do, is sit down and write a list. But it comes from a different place than a stressed place, right? It comes like, oh yeah, I'll write this down and then it'll be in front of me, right? I mean, just it's open in a different way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I was listening to something about that, and you just want, and that I think it's also coming, since you're not so stressed, your mind is relaxed, and they call it the path of least resistance. So it's it flows in and it flows. There's no blockages. Easily, quickly, and effortlessly, kind of thing. So I like that.
And the magical, or seemingly magical, happens to all of a sudden coincidences.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're like right in front of your nose, and but we're open and available to go. Yes, I'll take it. It's good.
And then once it happens, it was like, oh, that's all I had to do.
Exactly. So on that note, I'm going to, we're getting close to the top of the hour here. We'll be back here next week. I said this was about rising up into our abundance. Actually, heading to an event in Vegas called Rise. Who's got the idea for coming to say Rise? So we're gonna head out. We will be, the next time you see us, a bunch of us will actually be sitting together, crowded around on one screen. When we do this on Monday, we'll be kind of buzzing because we'll have just come out of this event, and we'll be sharing a lot of our insights from the event, all our aha moments, I think, is what we're going to do there. So, and very thankful for all of you to be here, and if you have, if you're still here and you're still watching us, you haven't connected with us, I'm just going to say that means you know this is something to connect with us. All you got to do is click the button below. Whoever invited you here, you will connect in. You'll be a part of us, this entire community. I'm so excited to see you all on the inside, so to speak, and we will all see you all next week from Vegas. Bye.